Okay, good morning. Terry from Hirosol here. Just wanted to bring you this morning and show you this incredible country property and farmhouse which we're going to see. It's one that's been on the market just for a little while but has now been reduced in price and offers incredible value for money. As we are in the countryside, I wanted to make sure that we brought you from the actual road down the track to the property so that you can see for yourself just how far off the road this is and the state of the road. I know a lot of agents will tell you it's just a short drive, it's just a 2-minute walk, and it's a well-made track. Well, today you can see exactly for yourselves. Okay, this is a stone track, but we're just in a standard car, and as you can see it's very good, very flat, high ground above the town of Hattar. We're just 2-kilometre drive away from Hattar and very close, within 10 minutes drive to the edge of Lake Burma. And as we get just a couple of 100 metres down this track, we will see the gates to this property. And here we are. We're at the gates to this wonderful property. This gate is normally chained, and you can see from the mast for the electricity and the large cable above the drive that we are on mains electricity here. And we're passing down through the owner's land, which is on both sides of the drive. You can see here that it's mainly olive trees. We have a few home oaks and a few almonds, and also it extends to both sides of the drive and actually down to the beyond the property itself. Okay, so the same standard of track continues all the way down to the house. We're just approaching the house at the moment, and again here, as I'll explain later in the video, possibly what I think this land, if we're not going to be olive farmers, would be very useful for. Okay, as we arrive at the property itself, we come through the entrance into an area here for parking. Straight in front of us here, where the little gate is the kitchen garden, and beyond here we get down to the main parking area, the main detached garage, and the rear access to the land at this side. Okay, I look forward to showing you this. It's a great house. Now, from this part of the land we can see we're next to the large double garage and looking onto the facade of the main house with the mountains behind us and the olive groves as our rear, to the left and to the right. As you can see, as we move down, as all the land on the left opens up, we'll see more of that from upstairs in the house. Hopefully by then the sun will have passed over a little bit. We have parking for your mini tractor, of course. We have a large double garage, and to the left of the garage at this side there is a workshop, small workshop with tool room with power and water. Ample parking outside should you need it. And here we can see the front of the property, and again you will have bright sunlight, but you can see from here that once we're in the property we will just have unobstructed views around the area. Okay, the main house itself is completely surrounded with tiled patios. This is the front of the property, which is covered mostly for shade with vines, and as you can see here, this is a very large terrace, typical traditional double fronted farmhouse. The window there to my right comes out to the dining room. This is the main front door, which opens up into the main lounge, and again this is a window opening up from the lounge. Coming round to the side of the patio, you can see we have another area on this side. Just to give you a little bit of orientation of where we are at the moment, just in the distance there in the bright sunlight, you may or may not be able to make out the tops of the Sierra Nevada, which are viewable from here. Obviously from the bedrooms the view is even better, and through the winter months we do have clear blue skies and the white tops of the mountains, which make this the prettiest of views. This is east from where I'm standing, so this front of the house and all the 3 bedrooms in this house faced east, so get the best of the morning sun. And obviously at this time of year during the heat, when the sun goes down over the gardens at the rear and the pool terrace, the bedrooms are cooling down and perfectly cool for when it's time to retire. Okay, another large stoned area. All these areas are accessible by vehicles, which is great for maintenance. The building next to me here houses a full central heating system for the house and also the pool plant equipment. I'm going to open this up later to let you have a look inside at the individual parts of the property, but there is actually a full shower room in this building as well. Okay, the pool, obviously sadly due to COVID the property's not been used to its potential during this time, but as you can see we have an area at the front here that where full makes a wonderful spa area and has jets and bubbles, and then you can see here the actual pool itself. Okay, coming around the side of the pool plant building, there is a small area with a little workshop at the back, great storage. And then coming around to the side, okay, we have a shower next to the pool, and from here you can see once you're in the pool you still have those great views across to the countryside. We have the old original threshing circle which is there. These areas are protected, and but it does make a great area. When the owner has previously had lots of guests here, they've put a nice badminton net up across there, but it does make a great area and is a very historic part of the original farm. Coming round the side of the pool area, we have a grassed area at this side and the outside kitchen area, which has light, power points and water, and obviously, as you can imagine here while you're shading, having your cocktails, you can just imagine the evenings here next to the pool. This lovely tree, these trees here which provide a lot of shade of this area. In the past when I've been and taken lots of still photography, you may have seen the hammocks strung up under the trees, which is just idyllic next to this pool. Again, mature olive trees in different areas. areas to make a shaded gazebo at the back, and the view across the pool there, again looking out towards the Sierra Nevada. Taking you around the back, this is the protected threshing circle. Quite often when people buy these older properties, these threshing circles are uncovered under years of disuse, but this one, as you can see, has had a lot of work to bring it back to its former glory. And you can see the just about make out the center stones, and then how all the stones are almost in lines radiating out from the center. Okay, this is the rear of the property, which the terrace runs around, and right at the back here, at the rear of the kitchen, is a wonderful herb garden. The owner of this property is a particularly good cook and uses this as part of her supplies for her kitchen. Stone pathways all the way around to the rear of the garage. I'll just take you around it because I think it might be, we'll only really see trees and a little bit of the land, but it might be relevant because I think with this wonderful 3-bedroomed, 3-bathroom farmhouse, the potential to maybe have some kind of serious hobby or business could be slightly different from what people might think. The house itself, if we're going to be absolutely honest, doesn't necessarily lend itself for bed and breakfast, because there really isn't enough accommodation. But not everybody wants bed and breakfast, not everybody wants people staying actually in their home. We have a ramp here over a pit which is built onto the back of the garage, so as you can see from underneath here, you could actually walk underneath a vehicle and maintain it. My thoughts here possibly are not of maintaining your own vehicles, but possibly to create an area where owners of nice motorhomes that want to tour in the Andalusian area, as they do especially during the winter months, may want to have somewhere nice to stay. Quite often, if we've paid well in excess of 100,000 euros, pounds or dollars for our very expensive motorhome, we're not always too keen on sharing those things on a normal public campsite, and we would quite like somewhere a little more bespoke to plot up for a couple of nights. And I think the area we've just seen around the garage with the pit may just provide an area where we can treat the chemical waste for the toilets of the motorhomes and give them an area to reload up with water. You'll have seen at the beginning of the video the drive down past this land. We do get animals, of course, in the country. We have a low voltage electric fence here around the property just to keep the deer and sometimes the wild boar away from mainly the gardens, or else there would be no herbs for anybody. And you can see here among the olive trees, a few almond trees, the land extends to the back, as we saw as we drove in, but it's all reasonably level and all reasonably terraced. So I think you could create some very nice stands for caravans or motorhomes, not necessarily to go down the route of tents. Without trying to have my nose in the air at all, it does attract a different kind of tourism, and I think just to have a few hard standings for motorhomes or nice caravans, so that people can spend a few days in the area and then travel extensively to Granada, Cordoba, Seville, the whole of the outside area from here. You saw when we came down the stone track how good the access is. I think it's something, as one idea, could really work. Okay, where I've got my car and the owner's car next door. Provide some outside parking here if we're just popping in and out. And then we come to an area that's been set up for relaxation and a little bit of yoga, which the owner enjoys. We've got a nice seated area here and made steps up onto this raised area. Again, we're now at the back of the pool and the property, and all this area here makes a wonderful area for relaxation. Again, there's vehicle access into here, so it could suit a real variety of uses. Again, this is the other side of the driveway with the olive trees, the home oaks. So again, real potential for developing part of the land, maybe for a level of tourism which doesn't exist already. We do have a campsite a few miles from here at the other side of Lake Bermahallis, which is about a 10-minute drive from where we are, but it doesn't cater for that kind of tourism. Okay, so from here, let me take you inside this wonderful country home, and we'll show you the interior of the house. Okay, so coming onto the rear terrace, you can see here that this area is ramped for easy access. Fabulous for bringing heavy things inside the house. This is the kitchen garden that we saw from the other side there. Lots of space out here. It's actual 10:15 AM at this moment in time. So as you can see here, all this side of the house is in wonderful shade, which is a blessing at the moment for me. But it also shows you that when you have a lovely detached property like this, there is sunshine or shade at whatever time of day you would like to find some. Okay, coming inside through the traditional stable type door into the kitchen. Let me just pull these two slightly. Okay, and go through so I can show you the kitchen, which is nicely fitted behind this lovely decorative Moorish style arch. And the kitchen itself, as you imagined, with an owner who's a very keen and very capable cook, has a large range style oven, nice granite worktops, both wall units and base units on this side. This is the rear stable door we came into. Light from the window on this side where the dual sink unit is. Again, lots of storage, both base units and wall cupboards, and enough room obviously for a large refrigerator. And then we come into this very lovely dining area. Fabulous traditional cast wood burner. This is a lovely room, very cool both in temperature and style, and makes a very relaxing place to eat if we want to be inside. However, if we don't, as you saw from outside, we go outside through those doors and we eat on the terrace. This flows really nicely through to the lounge, which again has these double doors to the terrace, which as we saw was the main front door. Places to hang coats as we come in. Ceiling fans and lights in the room. But again, as you imagine, with a very traditionally built farmhouse with thick Andalusian stone walls, the temperature inside here at the moment, despite the bright summer morning sunlight coming in, is wonderful and cool. Apologies for my phone. Okay, the windows again going out onto the terrace. We have a lovely built brick fireplace with inset wood burning stove with a pizza oven on top with a thermostat on, so if we really can't be bothered to walk to the kitchen, let's just stick a pizza over the fire during the winter months and not really move far at all. Okay, L-shaped, the lounge. We've got two, probably a 4-seater and a 3-seater lounge sofa, I beg your pardon, on this side, and a 3-seater Chesterfield on that side, again with windows and more patio doors going out onto that side terrace, going out towards where the jacuzzi part of the pool was. So you can see that this is really quite a spacious lounge. Nice inset bookshelves and a very, very useful ground floor shower room, which is actually really, really pretty. Okay, traditional style wash stand with obviously a modern system of taps and water coming into the wash basin, but it does look incredible. Nice shower unit with a feature of as many jets to massage all the bits that you might want to, and enough room for hanging towels and a chair in the bathroom. So a really pretty shower room on the ground floor, and the staircase then takes us up to the main sleeping area, beautifully tiled with traditional Andalusian tiles. Those of you that have been to Granada and seen the Alhambra palaces or some of the historic buildings in Cordoba and Seville will be very familiar with this design. So this is the landing. Okay, nice window on top of the landing, looking out over the kitchen garden and the car parking areas. And we're coming to the first of the bedrooms. It's a little bit difficult to decide here which you might choose as your master bedroom. This is a wonderful double room. Plenty of room for a TV, for a double bed, and of course it has its ensuite bathroom with wonderful, again, sink unit. Nice bathroom, great shower unit again with the fixtures inside for power showers and massaging jets. And as you can see, if we come onto the balcony, we can look out from here all over the landscape. Be difficult until I get the video onto the computer. Obviously I'm looking directly into the sun, but hopefully you can see the olive trees in front of me going down to where the trees change dramatically to a completely different colour at the bottom of the little slope there. That area at the bottom, just before where a neighbour has his greenhouse, is the boundary of the land, just to give you an idea of distance. Obviously at the notes at the end will give you the square build of the house and obviously the square metre of the land, but just from here this gives you an idea of what is with the property. And also you can just imagine the views of the Sierra Nevada during the winter time. Like we said, this faces east, so we've definitely got the morning sun in our face at the moment, and to wake up to natural light is fabulous. Okay, built-in storage, lots of built-in storage. So for those of us who like a good wardrobe, lots of space. The middle of the 3 bedrooms is also a really nice double room. Plenty of space around this standard double bed. Again, we have built-in wardrobes at this side, and once again this room also has its own private terrace with exactly the same views. You can just about where you can see now we're starting to get crept over by the grapevines here, so someone brings you coffee and drops a few grapes in your mouth in the morning, it's got to be a good start to the day. Okay, that was bedroom number 2. Now this is where it gets a little bit flexible if you wanted to. The owner currently uses this as the master suite. So we have a double bedroom to the left, and as you can see, a bathroom in front of us. Again, wonderful fittings, lots and lots of character. We do have a full bath in this bathroom with a rain shower hood over the top. But if I actually just take a few steps backwards, you'll see what I mean. We've got a sliding door here. So if you've got guests here, you can separate this area and leave your guests with a double bedroom and an ensuite. Don't forget, the people that use this bedroom could quite happily have that shower room downstairs to themselves. Although of course it works really well to have a bathroom on the ground floor when you don't necessarily, during the daytime when you're not upstairs. So you have got 3 double bedrooms and 3 bathrooms in the house. Okay, this is what the owner currently uses as a master bedroom. Good size room, good size storage. This is a full king size bed, so you get an idea of just how much space there is in this room. But also you'll see as well that we do have, once again, built-in wardrobes. So there's no cramped spaces. You know, sometimes you get 4, 5, 6 bedroom houses, but they offer very, very little room and space. We have a lot of rooms cramped into an area. This house would really suit someone who enjoys space and comfort. Again, I've just walked out onto the private balcony from this particular room. So all the bedrooms are really spacious. No compromise on space or storage. Again, so many little traditional features here make this a really, really pretty space. Okay, that's the upstairs. We'll go back down and show you the outside buildings. So we're back at the garage, which we've now unlocked. And as we go inside, we'll understand why the owner's car's outside. Obviously, as we've got COVID, or we've certainly had COVID for a while, the restrictions of it, a lot of the outside furniture, bicycles and things which would normally be outside are stored in here. We have fluorescent lighting for the roof and the 2 double doors, the one I've just come through and the other one here. So we have got great access for vehicles, and as most people, when you have spaces like this, you do tend to fill them with a lot of the artifacts that you collect. And then a separate door gives us this separate tool room. Again, it's got power and light and a window to the side that overlooks the house, so it's a really great space. Certainly most guys I know, including me, would kill for a garage like this. Okay, let's come back outside. And from the garage, walk you across the front. Obviously we walked across the actual terrace itself. And bring us round to the building next to the pool, which we saw earlier. Just as we get to this little part here, when we came down the stone path, or driveway should I say, from the road and turned through the gates of this property, had we kept going to the left, we would have come past down to the neighbour's driveway, and you can just see the small conifer style trees there and the fence. That is the boundary of this property. This is the back of the pool house, and just to give you a little bit of a view, this is the space on the south side of the property. You can see the stone faced chimney there from the fireplace, and now we'll take you inside this this building. Okay, so as we go inside, when I talked about the property having a central heating system, this is what we call a central heating system and a half, or as the Spanish would say, y media, more than just a central heating system. Electric boiler for the water during the summertime, and probably just for this bathroom and the kitchen. When we don't need full central heating, we have a water filter. We do have, as in lots of the mountain districts of the UK, quite hard water in this area, so we do have most of the big properties will have a water softening system. But here we have a humongous boiler and storage tanks for gas oil for the heating system. Okay, we can see obviously that this particular building is being used for storage. So we do have a nice little sink here underneath all the things that have been stored here, and the actual walk-in shower unit there, which you can just about make out the glass bricks for, and the shower curtain. Again, we've got outside furniture. The owner does have maintenance people who are on site regularly maintaining the gardens and the property, so obviously they're using this space at the moment to store their equipment, which is perfectly normal. And coming back outside into the sunlight.